Welcome, everyone, to the Med Spa Accelerator Podcast, brought to you by Cast Clinical Consulting and Everable Marketing, the go-to resource to learn the latest hacks and the best practices for marketing and growing a profitable medical aesthetics practice.
Welcome, everyone, to the next episode of the Med Spa Accelerator Podcast. I'm here with our co-host, Maripili Menchaca, who is RQ, and my lovely wife. And so we got a cool episode today that she's actually going to kind of take lead on. As you guys know, Billy does all the social media and kind of manages all the social media accounts for our clients. And today, I think we have something that you guys are going to find pretty useful. You're going to like.
Yes,
what are we talking about?
Yeah. So we're actually talking about the Instagram algorithm and how to use it to your advantage. So we have like 5 main tips about how to use that to your advantage, right? And first of all, I want to kind of talk a little bit more about what the algorithm is and why it's changing all the time. Do you know?
I do not. For me, if it was just like they just leave it as is and they don't change it, that would be awesome. But unfortunately, it's just not how it is.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so why it changes like all the time is we have first to go into understanding what the platform is about. Like, what was its original intention, right? So both Facebook and Instagram, and I'm going to talk a little bit about both because Instagram was recently bought by Facebook. So, well, it's been a
while. Yeah.
But if you don't know, they're both under the same business managing, right? So they were both created to make interactions and to make relationships. So that was like their main focus. And they want to make sure that people stay in the platforms, right? So if they start getting saturated, like people start getting saturated with ads and stuff that they don't really care about, it's more than likely that you're not gonna check your Instagram or your Facebook as often. And they want you to be on their platform as long as possible. That's how they make their money. That's what the whole like thing was about, right?
Yeah.
So once you kind of like know what Instagram and Facebook is about. Sorry, Roxy is scratching right next to me. If you're watching the video, she makes a little appearance here. Sorry. So once you know what the platform is about, then you can use it accordingly, right? So as Facebook and Instagram have been evolving, and people start getting more into it, these platforms have had to change the algorithm every so often. So usually it's like a yearly thing. Sometimes during the year they might do a couple of changes here and there depending on how people are interacting with it. But that's the whole purpose. And the algorithm is the way that you kind of show up in people's feeds. So how often you show up in people's feeds. If you see your own, you're going to see that maybe you follow a bunch of people, maybe like 200, 600, 1,000 people on your feed, but honestly, you're only seeing a very small percentage of them.
For sure.
So
it's a curated feed.
It is a curated feed, yes, and that's what the algorithm is about. Like, it kind of curates your feed, so you see what is important to you. Even ads, if they do bring a good amount of value into your life, then it's more than likely that you'll keep seeing those, right? Whether you like to be stalked or not, then if you find value in them and it actually brings something to your life, then you're probably going to be seeing them more and more often, right? For sure. So the whole thing here, what I want to say is these platforms are going to favor personal content over marketing content 9 times out of 10, for sure. So your tactics might change a little bit, but your strategy has to be the same. And what we want to use, our strategy, which has been like throughout, and you're going to see it throughout our entire content, is that we like to use the like, know, and trust factor. We want people to like us, know us, and definitely trust us.
We do business with people, right? Not with other businesses.
Right.
So,
And that is the whole purpose of these platforms. It's about people. It's about making relationships. It's about engaging. So engagement is key here. And all of the hacks that we have for you is all about engaging. So what can you do to make your post more engaging?
I don't know. Tell us. Tell me. I want to know.
You want to know?
So I can get my Instagram account going,
Yeah.
get my own personal brand, like, nah, I don't I don't really post as much as I should. Anyway.
So, and that's okay actually. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't post as often, but you're consistent with what you're posting, and the people that you're posting like your content,
I'm not consistent.
You're not consistent at all.
Yeah.
Even so, like, I would say, like, if you're consistent, maybe you just post like twice a week because that's all you can actually do. It's okay. Just keep that consistency. So twice a week, every week, right?
Yeah.
However, if you can post more than that, we definitely recommend it. We usually do like 3 to 5 being ideal posts throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a whole other episode about this, our strategy behind it, and how you can make it simpler for you. We even have like a downloadable.
Yeah, we have a whole episode on strategy. So go and check out that episode.
Yeah.
Link will be on the show notes.
Yes, to make it easier for you as well. Because
Yeah.
I know it might be a lot.
So what are the 5 hacks?
So 5 hacks. First one. We want to create great content, right? So both of these platforms, and I'm gonna go specifically a little bit more on Instagram now.
Yeah.
It's creating great photos. So Instagram is a very visual platform, right? And creating great photos is key here.
Mm-hmm.
What is a great photo might be a little bit different for everybody,
Yeah.
but definitely having good lighting. Like, having a dark photo
For sure.
is no good
Yeah.
for anybody, right?
Just bad lighting.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes it's not that it's dark, it's just that it's not good lighting overall. That's hard to explain.
Well, yeah, but I've seen like dark photos, and
Yeah.
if your practice is pretty dark, like making sure that you have a good lighting system, or even like one of those like little like light rings that you can put on your phone, like just having something like that, and a bright photo will attract more people than a dark one,
For sure.
So having like a good lighting is key. Bright colors, something that goes along with your brand is always key for that. And again, the whole thing about like a great photo too is like people want to connect with people. So what we've seen in our clients is that every time we post a photo of people in their practice, especially if it's the doctors, if it's the owners,
Yeah.
if it's the
patient.
staff. Yeah, even a patient, but even if it, like in the staff, it gets a huge amount of engagement, like
Yeah.
insane. Like, it just goes out the charts. Like, it's insane every single time we do that, and that's because people want to see people, and the whole platform, like even Facebook itself, is gonna leverage that algorithm to your advantage because they're gonna put those photos first. So having posting faces, posting you, your staff, your people, your clients is gonna go a long way. So make sure you get those.
For sure.
And then also posting at an optimal time is a very good thing. If you have this system where you kind of like just kind of schedule everything, you are putting everything out there, you're posting it and forgetting about it, then posting it at the optimal time when your people are engaged and are on Instagram is key. That is a great tactic. However, if you actually kind of put the time and effort and maybe like put a couple like 10-20 minutes in your day, and you're gonna post at that time, but you also have some time to actually go through your feed, your business's feed, and comment on other people's, engage with them, care for them, and build those relationships, that's gonna make wonders. You can just go into their Instagram stories and if they post like a new selfie, you can just tell them, give them like a thumbs up or a little heart, or if they posting a picture about their kid's birthday, you can be like, hey, happy birthday from so and so Med Spa. It goes a long way. Plus, they'll get that notification in their feed, and it is more than likely that they'll go to your profile, which is engagement, and that will definitely lift up you up in the algorithm. So I would definitely recommend, if you can actually give a couple of minutes a day, even if it's a week, maybe you can spare 20-30 minutes a week just doing that, it'd be great, and boost you up on the algorithm.
So number 2?
So number 2 is using Instagram stories. Even though Instagram says that Instagram stories don't have a direct influence on the algorithm, you can use them to your advantage. So people have been using Instagram stories more and more, like I said earlier, than actually scrolling through their feed. So if you post and you share your post on your Instagram story, teasing people about what your post is about, giving them that value content, it is more than likely that they'll tap on it and they'll kind of check it out. Like, oh, what is she talking about? So what we do a lot is for our clients is like we already have the content created and we let them know ahead of time, this is what we're going to create.
Yeah.
So they know that we're going to be talking maybe a little bit more about hydrofacials, for example.
Like something that's featured that specific month, or like a theme of that month.
A theme of that month or something. So they know that if it's going to go out on a Tuesday. So they know that on a Tuesday, if they have already like somebody coming in for a hydrofacial, they have their permission, they'll kind of do a couple of stories in there and be like, hey, check out our post. We talk more about it. We give you more information. That's a direct call to action to take them to your profile, for them to follow you, and also to get more likes and comments on that post. So you can even say like, comment below for pricing. That's a great way of interacting with that, with your client, and they're interacting with your profile. So next time, whenever they open up their feed, you're going to be one of the first ones there.
Yeah.
Number 3 is more video.
Oh, yeah.
You know how much we love video. We actually even do our podcast on video as well. So if you're watching us on YouTube, hey.
And if you're not watching us on YouTube, you're listening to us, go check us out on YouTube.
Yeah. We give you a little something extra special.
Yeah.
Including
you
our
can
dog.
see our faces.
Yes. So more video is key. I mean, like, you know, we're big on video. We understand like why it makes it so much more personal. You can give a lot more information in a shorter amount of time. You can actually interact more with your clients. And also being on Instagram, it's like I said, is very visual, right?
Yeah.
And it is more a photo-based platform.
Yeah.
So little by little, it's becoming more about video. We even have IGTV now, which is Instagram TV. You can have more videos longer than a minute. But having even like the little boomerangs, having something that kind of like moves, it's just gonna make your people kind of like stay in your post a little bit longer. And that is key. One of the biggest ways that you can actually create more interaction and kind of help you with that algorithm and be on top of people's feeds is having somebody stay on your post, even if they don't like it, even if they don't like double tap, even if they are not commenting, if they are watching it and they are staying in there, it is a way to let Instagram know that that person likes your content, and it is more than likely that you'll show up again.
For sure.
So some of the things here that you can do to make sure that people stay on your post for as long as possible is creating video.
Yeah.
Because a photo, you can only see it for so long.
Yeah, you can only and then, you know, read the captions or whatever, but you're not going to spend too much time on it. Yeah.
Right. So if you have a video that is interactive, that is actually like kind of catches people's attention, then you're golden. That is a great way to interact.
And I want to say too, like, showing like behind the scenes and just showing like the day to day and stuff like that. Like, think about reality shows, like how popular they've become, and even think about YouTube, like people who just create like these vlogs about their daily lives, and honestly, sometimes you think like, who watches this? But honestly, millions upon millions of people.
People base people are basing their careers off of that.
Yeah, they base their whole careers on it. And then think about like the reality shows, like really it's a show about nothing, right? And it was huge, like, you know what I mean? And so people are drawn to just being
people's lives.
Yeah, what's going on in your life? What's going on in the business? Yeah, like stuff like that. So I mean, don't even be afraid or worried to put that type of content up. People are going to consume it, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
We're naturally nosy.
Yes. Yeah, so that those are great ways of incorporating video. Like I said, like Instagram, when you're posting it, you can only do like up to a minute.
Yeah.
So kind of giving a little bit of teaser into like what your Instagram story might be about.
Yeah, definitely
or
Instagram
IGTV,
story.
or like taking them to another platform. That's also great content, right? But we want to keep them if we want to keep them into the platform, definitely like doing like, even if it's a short video, but just something of value for them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so number 3 was video. What's number 4?
So number 4 is crafting compelling captions.
Yes.
Like Luis was saying, you can look at the picture and kind of read the caption. And if it's a really short caption, sometimes he might actually make a reaction really quickly and have somebody tap. So you're already did something towards your algorithm. But we want them to stay longer in your post. Even if they don't completely like it, we do want them to stay there for as long as possible. So I'm not saying go in there, write a whole blog post either, find a good middle ground of what people want to see on your feed. So having, even if it's a paragraph of educational content, something that will actually bring value to them, maybe give them a little bit more information about the benefits of a microneedling, or why one is better than other, or why you should also consider Dysport instead of Botox, or why you might need one or the other, whatever that might look like. Giving them educational information in little chunks might really work toward your advantage, and leveraging that algorithm, right? So people want to know also, like, another way of doing this is storytelling, right? So people are, like Luis was saying about, like, the whole thing about vlogs is people are attracted to that story of transformation, and they want to feel like they can be that. So if you are kind of talking about like a dermaplaning and how it changed somebody's way they are applying their makeup, or whatever that looks like, you can tell that story, why it's good, and how it can change your day-to-day life.
Oh, yeah.
That is really good.
Sure.
It is compelling. People can actually relate to that.
For sure.
And they also want to know more about you. Like we said in the first one, like, it is a huge, and I'm like gonna say this a bunch of times. If you have your 9 squares and you can appear in at least 2 of them, you're already making great strides toward making your algorithm become a lot better. Whether it's you or your staff or your doctor or whatever that might look like, whoever is the face of your business.
Yeah, and when you're talking about the 9 squares, you're talking about the actual profile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the actual profile, like the 9 squares of your profile.
Yeah.
So, and write about you. Like, write about your practice. Like, what makes you passionate about it? What makes you want to go out every day and, like, work at your med spa?
It's something that I always say is like your core values, right? Like what kind of, like, because we tell people it's like, well, there's nothing fundamentally different about what the service that you provide versus the other person, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what does make you different is your core values, right?
Yes.
You know, what you care about, why you do
Yes.
what you do, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So being able to tell that story in your social media, Instagram content is a great medium to do it. Yeah.
And to start that relationship, because like exactly what you said, the med spa down the street might have the same services, but they will never have the same people.
Yeah.
So you are a great part of attracting your own audience and writing a little bit more about you. You can do stuff like top 3 things you didn't know about our med spa, top 3 things you didn't know about me, or fun facts, or even like a little game of like 2 truths and a fact. You know, or the truth and the lie.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so stuff
and
like
then whoever gets it, no, I was going to say, whoever wins, like, gets something.
You can even do that. That will actually make great, engaging content, and
Right.
you'll have a lot of people commenting.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
So definitely, yeah.
I'm good at full
You're
ideas.
good, yes. I love that. I'll bring you more often into my department. So definitely, like, writing more compelling captions. So if you, I know it might be a little bit hard once you're like sitting down there, you're like, what should I write about? But I'm pretty sure, like, on your day-to-day, like while you're doing consultations, people ask you the same questions over and over.
Yeah, and then write the way you speak. I mean,
Yes. It definitely helps us once, like, I write something and kind of like say it out loud. Am I writing the way I'm talking? That's huge.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then 5th one, and I think this one is really important, and a lot of people actually kind of forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to interact. So part of engaging, and the best thing, like I said, we want them to double tap. We want them to comment. We want them to go to your profile. We want them to save. Ask them. As simple as that. Every single time you have your caption, make sure to end it with a CTA or a call to action, right?
Yeah.
So ask them something. Double tap if you agree that your skincare is key. Even as simple as that, right?
Yeah.
Ask them to comment, to tag a friend.
To tag a friend,
huge.
to like, to love the post, to...
Yeah. Ask them to comment on something. Ask them a question. Like, what is your biggest skin concern? Comment below. Mm-hmm. And then actually interact with them, right? Don't just ask them to comment and then never answer back.
Never respond.
Yes. Or if they have more like a question about pricing and you don't want to really give pricing in your actual feed, you can just tell them, like, DM us for more information for pricing or to book. So even DMing somebody, which is direct messaging somebody, it makes huge strides on that algorithm for you.
Yes.
So tag a friend, share, DM, share it on. You can also create like inspirational quotes and posts that they can share on Instagram stories. That's like huge right now. Like everybody is like, if you have something cute that people want to like share on their Instagram stories, that is key. So even like make a couple of nice graphics on Canva or have a designer do them and kind of start posting them. Those are make great more content for people.
For sure. So let's do a quick recap. Yeah, what are the top 5 hacks to kind of help us gain an advantage on the algorithm?
Yes, so definitely great photos.
Yes.
Make sure that lighting is good, please. And
show faces.
Show faces.
Yeah.
Using stories. So even though it doesn't affect directly, make sure to use your stories to take them into your profile, into your post.
Yeah.
More video. So sit down with that camera or your phone and create more video on Instagram stories on your actual posts. We want them to stay there. Crafting compelling captions. Make sure to give them a little bit more to read so they can stay there in your post a little bit longer. And then fifth, asking them to react, asking them to interact, asking them for that relationship.
Yeah.
So those are the 5 things you can do. Sounds pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
I think the main thing about this is that you have to be purposeful. Like every time you post something, it's not just because I need to post. Like make it purposeful, make it with an intention, making it, you want to serve these people after all, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure that they understand what they're coming in for. It actually makes it even easier because once they come in they might actually already know what they want, or they can have a little bit more.
It's really a game changer, guys. When you develop all these things and know, like, and trust, and that where people come in and you don't have to do any selling because they've already been pre-sold because of all of your social content, all your marketing content.
I really like that thing you said where like marketing reduces the amount of selling.
The purpose of marketing should be to reduce the amount of selling, right? Yes. And so not a lot of marketing does that, right? There's a lot of bad marketing out there.
Yes.
But really that's what we're trying to accomplish, that our marketing is so good that selling is almost unnecessary. Almost.
Yeah.
It's still important, but obviously we're trying to reduce the amount of selling because somebody's already so convinced that they want to get it done. Yeah. Pre-sold,
Pre-sold.
Yeah.
Yes, and your social media marketing can do that for you because you're already kind of developing this relationship with them even before they come into your practice. You're already giving them education. You're already building that trust, so they're pretty much ready to go.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, if you have any questions for us, for Beely, then go ahead and just go to the Facebook group and then comment on there. Leave us a post, right? Ask us a question. Just feel free to DM us or send us an actual email or anything like that. Or feel free to reach out to us through our website, guys. Yeah. So make sure you stay tuned to the next episode. And
let us know if you like this content, if you want to know more about social media. Leave us a review. It really helps us out. After all, we do this for you guys. Yeah. So let us know what you want us to talk about.
Thank you, guys. All right. Have a good one, and we'll catch you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.